Can you guys hear me? Okay, sorry for the late stream. I know I said I probably won't be able to stream today, but obviously I'm here. Unfortunately, that also means that I will have to take tomorrow off. You could also say, if you're going to take tomorrow off, why did you come so late today? But hey, I don't know, things got in the way, I guess. I just felt like it's a weekend and I didn't want to just waste it, so here I am. I don't think it's going to be a long stream. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a quite different stream compared to some of the other ones I've done. Today we're going to look at my personal take on my first month of my streaming. Certainly, I don't have a lot of experience to get to have a great take on or anything. I just felt like today I was thinking about this and that, and I just felt like, hey, I still have so many shit I have to do to continue this journey of content creation, but like I know where I'm lacking. Like I know what I have to improve. At least I have a general idea. Of course, I think this list of what I need to do is going to only increase as I continue forward. But I don't know. I thought it would be an interesting thing to talk about. I don't know how long it's going to go. Honestly, one thing I should add to that list is, maybe like coming up with some outline of how my stream is supposed to go, because I'm just going by I'm just winging it. I'm just like shooting blind, man. I don't know. I just feel like there are other more important things that I have to take care of. Like, if you look at this, consider a content creation and like a task you need to check out to be a good content creator. And again, I'm going to a disclaimer: I am a very experienced streamer, and this is going to be a very naive take on a bunch of these issues. And actually, let me hear my stream, because today I put a little bit of a background music just because I might be doing a little bit of a just chat or something that I haven't really done before. So let me check if the music is too loud or not. Just a sec. Let me lower the volume just a bit. I think this should be good enough. actually, I meant to create a new scene, so give me a second, guys. Let me create more just chat friendly picture. Bit too big. Just give me a sec, guys. Testing. I can't see my chat. There you go. I think you can see now. Yep. Well, for now I think this will do it. In the future we may change here and there, but let's try this for now. I don't know. I like it like this, I'll say. I really have no idea what I'm going to say, but like I said, I really should have scripted it, but I didn't, so here I am. You know, it's quite. Maybe I'm just going to talk about things that's been on my mind, and yeah, just things like that. You know, one thing for sure is that looking at the streamer and actually experiencing, actually doing the stream, I mean, it's quite a different experience. I mean, I guess that's an obvious thing to say, but it's very hard to visualize or imagine how much of a difference it really is until you like experience it. Well, at least that's my view on it, or my experience that so far has been like that. One thing I know for sure that really gets me is, I think I've talked about this several times in stream already, in multiple streams already, but I have this I'm quite conscious of my own accent and my how should I say, linguistic abilities, or rather auditory, or I don't know, I'm quite conscious of my own accent and of my voice. It might not be like, it's hard to explain it, but coming from obviously you can tell that the English is my second language, but strangely enough, I'm actually most proficient in English. I know because of my accent and because I'm not a great speaker, I might come across as somewhat mediocre in English. I mean, I don't know, maybe or maybe not, depending on who's looking at this VOD, who's hearing these words, right? Because it's very relative term. But for me, it's I always feel like I'm quite lacking in these two areas, especially in the accent area. Although recently I've noticed how depressed I sound. You know, it's quite interesting because a lot of times people, like, you hear stories when people like try to sing or stuff, they first hear the recordings of their voice and they're taken aback because there's such a strong mismatch between what you think you sound like and what you actually sound like to others. And a lot of people are rather they dislike their own voice because of that mismatch. I think I could say the same thing about myself, but I objectively think that a lot of times when I stream, I sound extremely depressed. Not to mention the obvious accent thing, which I am actually trying to make it better, but it's quite hard, really. Because one thing I know is I came at like a really weird age. Like I think I came to United States around 12 or 13, when your brain plasticity is such that it's quite harder to learn a new language specifically phonetically. Because my first language, which is Korean, the specific sound that I use in that language has really set in my brain, and there are unique sounds to each language, right? I mean, that's what accent really becomes when you're trying to use your native phonetic sounds to express sounds in other parts of the world that might include a sound that may be hard to imitate, something like that. And it hasn't been that big of a problem, because when I talk to people or when I give like presentation, things like that, I have chance to clarify what I mean, right? So even if my thick accent gets in my way, I have a chance to elaborate on what I really mean. And accent isn't such a big problem at that point, because it's not like I have like the thickest accent in the world, right? I mean, I know I have somewhat of a thick accent, but like, I think you can understand what I mean at some point, right? If I keep repeating what I say, or if I elaborate on it, you can kind of understand what I'm trying to go by, what message I'm trying to tell you. But I guess streaming is kind of different, because obviously, just like your physical appearance, your vocal appearance also has quite an impact on first impression, right? So when somebody who doesn't really know me, or like basically a viewer who comes into my stream without really knowing who I am, hears me for the first time, they get an idea of like, who is this guy? And based on the sound of his voice, perhaps from accent, or the choppiness of my speech, they might conclude that I might not be as so proficient in English. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like English major or anything, but I spent more than 10 years in America, and I'm really comfortable with the language, to be honest. I'm trying to fix that, but I guess it's really hard. It's It's something like it's a daily thing that I do, like try to stretch my mouth, trying to say all these tongue twisters, but they have been so far not exactly that effective. I think the one thing I really need to do when I stream, and that really help me reduce my accent, is I just need to relax a bit. It sounds strange, but I think it's really true, because the fact is I don't sound, my accent isn't this thick when I'm actually speaking with my friends, with my family. Because of the nervousness, my facial muscles kind of tenses up. It like it makes my accent thicker, if you know what I mean. And I don't know, it's I've been trying to relax a bit, but it's always harder. It sounds really easy, right? Just relax. But it actually, I feel like, at least personally, I have some hard time just letting go. Although recently, I think I've been getting better at it. It's but it's still a work in progress for sure. But one thing I really feel like I could fix, and I should fix, is the tone of my voice. Like, I know I don't exactly have high pitched voice. I know I have a somewhat low pitched voice, but it's not deep enough to sound sexy. It's just deep enough that it sounds depressed. I swear I could go down to like a homeless shelter and they'll be like, oh my god, are you okay? At least from my perspective. It may be just because my own self-loathing nature, but whenever I hear myself from these recordings, I always think to myself, oh my god, I sound like the most depressed person ever. And to be fair, I think there are multiple components to it, right? Because oftentimes when I do think my voice is very depressed, it's somewhat late in the stream and my energy level is not exactly as high as maybe it was in the beginning, or maybe just my mood hasn't been that great when I streamed that day. And that's kind of hard to control from my side of things. I don't know. And also, it could also be because of the audio setting that I've been trying on. Because obviously, if I don't have like any audio filters, then you can hear like virtually everything, like every single keyboard stroke, even the tiniest noise that I make with my chair, for example. I know my chair creaking is quite loud enough, but believe me, if there are no filters, you can hear a lot more creaking than what you're hearing right now. And god, you know one thing I noticed, that I always do this like a lip smacking thing that I go, you know, did you hear it? Like this one, I had no idea that I was doing that, but I guess it's a habit, and I think I don't know, maybe it's not that serious, but I do want to kind of get rid of it. Because whenever I hear myself, I hear that and I go like, whoa, what am I doing? Why am I making these noises that kind of like disrupts the flow of the stream? But one thing I really do need, and what I'm planning to learn possibly tomorrow, the reason why I can't probably stream tomorrow, is learning how to edit. Because I feel like Twitch algorithm is just like really not it's really not good for new streamers. And that's why I'm thinking of learning how to edit my videos so I can put up YouTube shorts. If you haven't noticed, my Twitch account is directly connected to my YouTube account. So, and I'm also doing both Twitch Live and YouTube Live, in the hopes that that might get me some sort of more traction, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, it feels good to. It's nice because I don't have to upload every single boss from Twitch to YouTube because YouTube Live saves it anyway. I think I'm going to probably private them and then just like either make some YouTube shorts based off of them or possibly longer forms of content. But I don't know. First thing first is YouTube shorts, then we'll go to longer forms. You know, I was talking about this with my brother the other day, and the funny thing was like we were suggesting what kind of things I could stream, what can I do to combat this accent and the pitch of my voice. And really, honestly, it really came down to where he suggested that I accept my own self, but I don't know. I feel like I could change it. Maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know. Maybe everyone thinks like this. I honestly think that I objectively sound very bad. So I don't know. But I guess it's a thing for everybody, right? Everybody has their own side of things they don't like, or they find faults in. See that? You guys hear it? I don't know if you guys can, but and it's interesting because it's something that I really didn't expect to be a problem before I started streaming. Honestly, one thing I definitely miscalculated is how draining it can be, because I did mostly like a 3 to 5 hour streams, mostly on average around 4 hours, maybe slightly less. And the reason is that the fact that you have to talk to yourself. I mean, I guess especially since I'm a new streamer and I don't have any audience that I can really talk to, it's quite hard to make up content on your own, like talk to yourself. Because one of the tips given to a new streamer is that you should talk to yourself even if there's no viewers, right? I kind of get it, because if a viewer comes in and you see a stream and there's nobody talking, the only reason you're going to stay is either because the gameplay is amazing or some other reason. But since I'm not exactly the most competitive or particularly skilled player in any game, I feel like I have to talk a lot. And actually, just yesterday when I did over 5 hour long stream, I actually felt a bit of a discomfort in my throat. I kind of still feel it now, but it's much better now. I don't know. Hopefully it stays that way. I mean, eventually your vocal cord is a type of muscle as well, right? So it's kind of like a weight training. Hopefully, if I keep doing this for a few months, it'll get strong enough that I don't have to worry too much about it if I'm just streaming for like 4 to 5 hours a day. But I don't know, I guess there are several things that really there are always this kind of unexpected problems that you face, right? In anything. I know that once I start editing my videos, I'm definitely going to meet those hurdles again. But everything in due time, right? I don't know, I just feel like I have a few ideas of my own what things to make into content. Some of them are just completely outrageous. Things like making an extremely detailed, in-depth guide to a game that doesn't exist. I know it sounds really corny maybe to some of you, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was actually very funny. Yeah, you know what? I might do that one of these days. Actually, it was quite interesting to see that two games that I kind of was thinking of streaming or playing if I were to stream, Omega Strikers and Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Both of them were not exactly the most popular game in Twitch, in streaming to be exact, and I think that is a understatement of its own. I'm not saying that I'm not getting views just because the games I play are not very popular. I just thought it was very interesting that my taste in games reflect rather non-popular opinion, I guess, in a way. But I mean, there are always communities. I know Mountain Blade for one has a very big community despite the lower number of viewers that watch the streams. But I don't know, it's as much as daunting as it is, I do find it rather interesting, and I am kind of looking forward to the creative process following the edits and possibly longer forms of content. I'm just slightly bothered by the fact that it could get in the way of just live streaming. Who knows? I mean, honestly, the thing we're doing right now here is another experiment, right? At what I could put on as a content. It's I think maybe I may have been just a bit impatient because I should have waited an entire month to actually do this kind of what was my first month of streaming like. But I don't know, I just thought about it today and I was like, why not? And honestly, I don't think I have a lot of things to say. I just thought it was interesting though. I don't know if anybody goes through the similar process as I did, worrying about their own voice, delivery, type of edits they're going to make. Oh shit, you know what I really need to do? Just because, as you know, I don't show my face, I don't have a webcam at all. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a VTuber. But as you may know already, VTuber models are extremely notoriously expensive. Which means the only option that I really have is either find a free version of the model or create my own. And since I actually want to, as you can see from my name, to have a somewhat of a physical resemblance of a lemon, I think it may be best idea for me to try to make one on my own. I hear it's not like crazy difficult as long as you're satisfied with lower quality. Apparently it has a very user-friendly thing. I don't know, I'm just talking out of my ass right now, but that's what I hear, and I hope that's the case because that could help me out. But that's definitely way into the future, and if I do make one, I'll definitely make that into a content where, you know, I might design it in live streaming. hopefully it doesn't take too long and I can finish it in one stream, but we'll see. First thing first, I gotta learn how to edit videos. And preferably along the way I would need to learn how to speak more clearly and with a better tone of voice. You know, honestly, I'm very surprised that I sound so depressed, because like even though you might not exactly know what your voice sounds like, a lot of times it's the other way, right? You oftentimes think that your voice is deeper than what you actually sound like. But in this case, I feel like my voice is higher pitched than what I'm hearing in the recordings in my VODs. So I think one of the possibility is that one of the VST, was it VST? Let me check. One of the filters, yeah, VST filters. I think EQ maybe, equalizer filter might have a bit of an effect on my tone and pitch of the voice. Obviously I use it so that it sounds more pleasing, but perhaps, I don't know. I'm no expert in these areas, so I just winged it by watching a few YouTube videos, but perhaps not the best decision. But this isn't exactly too bad, really. You know, when I first streamed, or whenever I first stream, except for today, I just feel such a pressure to play game or be entertaining as soon as possible, especially when I first started out. There's this huge pressure. I have to be entertaining maybe not every second, but like if I'm quiet for like 5 seconds, I get kind of anxious and be like, would I watch my stream at the point? I'm not saying you have to say something in every 5 seconds to be entertaining, but I may have been trying to, and I'm still trying to cover quality with quantity. It's hard thinking of the words, what to say at the spur of the moment, what kind of jokes I can crack. But perhaps these things come with experience, and I must remain patient. But a thing that obviously I'm not great at. But I don't know. It's something to definitely think about. You know, I feel like I'm a bit more relaxed right now than when I started the stream today. I don't know, I'm obviously asking you guys if this do make it into some form of a video in YouTube that I can see comment on. Please do let me know if my accent does change a bit, how thick my accent was at the beginning of the video and how it is right now. I feel like it kind of changed, but I could relax a lot more, to be honest. I don't know why I'm getting so nervous or anxious about this. Like, it's just me, I guess. And obviously a few things need to be done, but first week of streaming, I was plagued by this stupid audio problem. And it was the most dumb problem ever, in the sense that like the solution was so easy. So what was happening was that people could hear an echo of my voice whenever I talked. I had no idea what the problem was. The thing was, in OBS there's this when you click a audio source, for example my mic, there's an option called advanced audio properties, when you go in there, you can select there's an option called audio monitoring. In there, I for some reason clicked monitor and output for my mic, which means that not only can viewers hear my mic, they can also hear my mic through the desktop audio, which obviously means that there's going to be an echo and some problems with it. Of course, this was also before I downloaded the VST noise filters, so audio quality in general was kind of shit. And I guess I'm still having some kind of problem with audio, at least in my mind it is, because I just can't get over the fact that I sound so depressed. But I don't know, maybe I just sound like that. That would be a bummer, to be honest. At this point, I'm just coping and just hoping that it's the audio problem that's actually giving is the actual problem at hand, not my voice. But who knows? But yeah, I guess I just have to keep on trying new things. I definitely have somewhat of an idea of how to go forward from here, but I don't know how easy it's going to be. Obviously not very easy. It's obviously there because I don't know, just from watching few tutorials on how to edit, doesn't seem like it's very easy, you know what I'm saying? But who knows? One thing I do need to figure out is how to be more quick with it. A lot of people on the internet just suggest read a book, but I don't know if it's as simple as that. I guess there's a lot of pressure in myself to try to think of an entertainment value of some kind, but that's really hard to come by, isn't it? Especially if it's not planned out, if I have to think of it at the moment, in the moment, it's going to be a bit more difficult. At least I think so. But I don't know. I just keep saying I don't know, but it's kind of true, right? No clue. One thing I really want is to be able to listen to like game audio or anything like that without having to use a fucking earphone, or get a better earphone, because this honestly is so hard to use. I have this shitty earphone that I have from like CVS or something that I used for a few years, and it's really hard to like once I put it in, it's one of those earphones that really goes into your ear. I don't know what was they're called actually, but once I put them on, it's really hard to gauge how loud I am or what my tone of my voice sounds like. Because even though you don't exactly hear your voice as others would hear it, you get a rough sense of the tone of your voice, right? I can't really do that with these earphones in. So oftentimes I leave them out. But if you ever play the game without any music or without any sound, to be fair, it can get quite it's not as fun, just saying. So that will be an interesting thing to have, but I guess not. I don't know. I really don't know. I really should have made an outline for this kind of content, but I just came up with it on the spot. I thought it would be an interesting stream, at least for myself. I don't have to do it for anybody else, right? At least for now, when I don't really have any viewers. But hopefully I'll do at some point. But then again, I don't want to force the viewers, because obviously even if I do get like thousands of viewers right now, I don't think I can retain a lot of them. I hope to be more entertaining in the future so that people will actually want to stay. But then maybe how long that's going to take, that's the question, isn't it? But I don't know why, but today I'm just like so low on energy. That's one reason I'm doing this instead of like playing actual games and shit. But I don't know. I wonder if this streaming dynamics is going to change drastically if I have just a few viewers that I can bounce my ideas off of. I think it will, because speaking to myself and knowing that there's at least one person in the stream that's willing to listen and possibly interact with you, I think that just gives tremendously different vibes, if you know what I mean. I don't know. You know, a funny thing happened was that obviously I like Lemon, and when I first came with the name Lemon Man, I didn't really think about whether there would be different people who uses the same nickname as I do, but apparently Lemon is quite popular. I think I saw a few streamers whose name is just Lemon. I definitely seen a few people who also share the name the Lemon Man, but I think they are in a very different type of community than I am, or that I'm trying to be in. I don't need to worry too much about it. But I don't know, so interesting. It's been an interesting process for me. Like, I would do a stream, and while I'm doing the stream, I'm kind of like too nervous to do anything crazy. But as soon as I finish streaming, in my mind I was like, oh my god, I should have done this, I should have done that. And I always say, like, next time I'm just gonna be so fucking, I'm just gonna go for it, you know? Like, whether people really like what I do, I think I just keep saying to myself, I'm just gonna try this. Who cares if they don't like it? But when I actually stream, it's a very different story. I get kind of frozen up in the middle of speech, too worried about my accent and how depressed I sound. I think one thing I definitely should keep in mind is to focus less on these accent and my pitch, but rather just having fun and relaxing. That will definitely increase the time I spend on streaming. It will increase my streaming hours for sure, and it could actually help me with the accent problem as well, just because when I'm more relaxed, my accent isn't as thick. I mean, there you go. Even though I said I'm proficient in English, obviously I'm not. I don't know. It's you know, when I was talking to my brother about this accent thing, my brother was like, maybe you should just try to put on a different accent. Maybe I should act like maybe like British or Australian, try their accent. Thing is, if I knew how to do those accents, I would have done it already. Cause God, they sound nice. I mean, come on, let's be real. Like, I get it if you're trying to be nice to me and say, your accent isn't too bad. But when Englishman comes to me and say, hey, I had a similar experience. People couldn't understand me because I had an accent. I'm like, my man, don't even get me started, my man. Ain't nobody coming to you and saying, that motherfucker needs to learn some English when you speak, okay? It's just different. Of course, I mean, I do know that they mean well, so I'm not going to say anything like that, but... I would love to have an English accent. I think it's just so cool. To be honest, I didn't think I would enjoy just chatting as much as I'm doing right now. Maybe it's because I know it's going to be a very short stream and maybe the music helps me calm down. It's a very nice music. It's called In Dreamland by Chill Peach. Excuse me, Chill Peach. Check it out on YouTube or Spotify. It's very cool that he or she made this music without copyright and that I can use. That is very nice. Thank you very much. I definitely need a better headphone or something, or earphone even. I mean, what I have is earphones. Because I can only enjoy this music with only one ear. Because I kind of am watching for my accent and the tone of pitch of my voice. But obviously that is not the only problem with my content. But it's really hard to say, hey, how do you become more entertaining? Like, is there a specific answer to that? I don't think there is, to be honest. I mean, if everybody knew the answer to that, everybody would just do it, right? I mean, I guess there are some more easier forms of how to be entertaining, right? I mean, I could learn impressions, and those are usually rather entertaining, so that could be a thing. But like everything else that's impressive in life, those take some actual skills and practice. And if I'm going to spend my time on that, I might as well spend time on making content with edits, maybe to stream more. So I don't know. Yeah. See, it's very hard to keep the conversation going by myself. I guess it's a hurdle that every new streamer has to face, right? Well, although I do hear that like you can use other social platforms such as Twitter to build up your audience first and then go to live streaming. But I actually have never done. I don't even have my personal social media. Like, I don't do any social networking site. I'm not involved with any social networking sites. I believe I had Facebook like years ago, like 10 years ago, but I haven't kept up with it since. I mean, I guess I can try them, but the matter of fact is, even if I do join all these different social medias, I would have to attract the fans by using content, right? And I think that's why I'm so focused on learning video edits first, because things like shorts, for example, YouTube shorts, I could post them on YouTube, and if I really want to, I could like make some TikTok or some other places. I don't know if similar form of media is acceptable in Twitter or Instagram, but I could make my account in those different social medias, but use the same clips, same shorts, same content, just to gain different viewers in different social medias, right? So at the end of the day, I do have to create content of some kind, and that should be the first priority. I'm hoping that this just chatting session also becomes a form of content at some point, but I don't know, I feel like I butchered some accent and words here and there, and I think I was a bit too nervous at the start, so I might not use this video at all. Excuse me. I've been practicing that, by the way. All, fall, call, tall, fall. It's rather hard I don't know if other Koreans have a similar problem as me. And I'm talking about like actual people with Korean accents. I know there are a bunch of people who learned English at a very young age who's not phonetically challenged as I am. But the sound, that all sound was actually quite difficult for me. Because your tongue has to touch the back of your front teeth, right? In the middle of pronouncing all. It takes some practice, but I think I need to practice it more to make it more natural when I say it in a sentence. All of the following. Don't fall down now. Just call me maybe. Pass me the ball. That guy is tall. You know, one thing I was actually interested in is maybe creating a second account. Maybe I name it something like Language Lemonade or something. I don't know, some silly name that has to do with lemons. And just focus on maybe things like accent reduction, better delivery. And obviously I'm not an expert on this topic, but just like I'm doing today with showing how like a noob take, right? Maybe I think there's some benefits to hearing about how other beginners are struggling, or rather trying to solve their difficulties, challenges they meet in similar topic of interest. For example, like I definitely have a problem with the words that involve the sound all. Maybe I could create like few sentences that I can share with my audience that may go through the similar problem as I do, and we can just practice these words based on, maybe I create some sentences. We can practice those sentences like Google Drive. I guess I can just like post them Google Drive, and in the video I can just practice them. I don't know. It was a thought. I haven't really gotten through with any of them, but obviously I think I probably have to make it into a second channel if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to focus on that side of topic, because on one side, when I'm the Lemon Man account, I want to have it focused on like gaming or something in a similar culture as that. So once you kind of start mixing different content ideas, I think it might be bad for the algorithm or something. I don't know. Then again, I'm no expert, so who knows what I'm doing. Well, I don't know. Hey, look at that. I'm almost an hour in talking to myself. I don't know whether I should be proud of the fact that I can do just chatting for like an hour. Of course, I think there were some repetitions in what I said and rather long pauses here and there, but I don't know. Or should I be sad by the fact that I'm happy that I can talk to myself for so long? That's something kind of weird to be happy about, isn't it? I wonder if there are actual live viewers, would I be more stressed about it? Would I feel more nervous talking? Or would I be happy that I can actually interact with somebody as I stream? When I first got rated by Kai2Live, thank you by the way, I was actually quite flustered, and I didn't expect to be flustered, but I was. It was like having the knowledge that there are actual people watching you talk was quite nerve-wracking at the time, but I think I got a little bit better at handling that, so hopefully I don't shoo away my audience. Well, yeah, that's that. But I don't know, I don't really have much else to say. And I think about an hour is a good place for a short stream. Obviously this is quite different from my other streams, so I don't blame you if you don't listen to it. Hopefully, if I do make it into a YouTube content, then I am happy that some people might look at it. If they do, it's very possible that I make it into YouTube content and still nobody watches it, right? But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a lot of just chatting streams in the future, but if I do, I don't think I'm going to dislike it a lot. Like, I don't think I mind it if I do. But anyway, I think that's a good time to stop. And always remember, when life gives you a lemon, make some lemonade.